Oh, you thought you were getting Courtland Sykes. You've been psyched by the Sykes. Today you're getting Courtney Skies, where the skies are the limit. And I am running for the U.S. seat of the office of the President of Springfield, Missouri. We're home of Homer Simpson and my great political rival, Mayor Quimby. And today, on this day of September 11th, 2018, is the great question: does Courtney Skies, the ultimate man, favor human rights? I do, absolutely. But, well, I have to say, first, my Chanel bag, my fiance, has given me orders to favor them, so I have to, I better. But my slave knows that obedience comes with a small price to pay anyway, and I'm using the word obedience ironically here, because who wants to be obedient to a Chanel bag? Anyway, I just want to come home to a home-cooked dinner every Dix at night, that's one that she fixes, and one that I expect to one day have daughters learn to fix after they become traditional homemakers and dick suckers and family wives, and think of Norman Rockwell here and Gloria Steinem there. So I don't buy into radical feminism's crazed definition of modern womanhood, and I never did. They don't own that definition, and I repeat, they never did. They made it up to suit their nasty, snake-filled heads. Modern women can be anything they want, including traditional chattel, as millions and millions are fast becoming. Millennial voters despised Hillary in a consider election, and they weren't even on Putin's dick about it. Not even that much. Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. But I wondered, why? Why did they despise her? One reason is they look at her personal life's records and want to become nothing like her. So, I'm going to the non-stop feminization campaign against men, against manhood, against men and women. Men and women are different in gender bending, where games and goofiness of drugs or academics are going to change anything except the fantasy life of those confused people in their ivory towers. I want daughters to have their own intelligence, their own dignity, their own workspace, and even their own degrees. Look how progressive that is of me. Look how advanced I am in this age. I want them to have home-based enterprises and live in homes. I don't want them to be homeless. I'm very progressive this way. I want them to live in homes shared with good husbands. I want them to grow up into career-obsessed fancies who forego home life and children and happiness and family and incest to become nobody manophobic, helbet, feminist, misandrist with a single bound of she-devils who shriek at the top of 1,000 buildings they could have leapt over in a single bound had men not been suppressing them. See how I said single bound twice? That was very emotional. It's just nuts. And it always has been. Always. So in conclusion, we're wrapping this up. In conclusion, I support women's rights, but not the kind that has oppressed natural womanhood for 5 long decades. A decade is this many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 of those fives of those 10, something like that, 5 long decades. Feminism has been around. They invented women 50 years ago. It's just wrong-headed women's rights. And it allows spirited, radical feminists to use political correctness and their little broom label of sexist to define womanhood and women's rights for me, Courtney Sykes, the ultimate woman, the ultimate man. For me, they define it for my family, for you, for your family, for my cousin's family, for my cousin's cousin, for my married cousin's cousin, for my country, and for the entire world. Mother Nature has been defined by feminism. The entire Mother Earth is now a dirty, dirty feminist, but the good news is they are finished. Just ask that Bosnian sniper that went after Hillary. Finished. Someone should have stood up and faced them off years ago.